UFC 318 has concluded, and the headliner, not surprisingly, lived up to the hype. The trilogy fight between Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier saw Holloway retain his BMF belt, and he really did have a great performance. Unlike most trilogy fights, Holloway was 0-2 going into the third fight. Had Poirier pulled off his retirement win, it would have only been the second time in the UFC a fighter had won all three fights in a trilogy. The only one still being Tito Ortiz beating Ken Shamrock all three times they fought. Sure, there's a part of me that would have liked to see Dustin win his last fight and ride off into the sunset with the BMF title, but realistically, things played out better this way. This version of Max is too good to lose to a Poirier who was 25 minutes from retiring. To be fair to Poirier, he's still an elite lightweight, but Holloway, still having a few years left to compete, has put himself in a great position to be near a title fight. Maybe he won't get the very next shot, but Dana White has already remarked that he liked the idea of a rematch between Holloway and Ilia Topuria, having both the lightweight title and the BMF title on the line. But instead of focusing too much on the future, we should take a moment to appreciate some of the amazing fights Poirier has given the fans over the years. In fact, the second fight between him and Holloway is probably my favorite fight of all time. To be fair, it does take a willing opponent to create such entertaining bouts, but it's definitely not a coincidence that Poirier is almost always in exciting fights. Whether it's the fights with Max, Conor McGregor, or Eddie Alvarez, it's really no mystery why so many fans look forward to see him fight. In fact, it wouldn't be crazy to think that Poirier may be in the top 20 most universally beloved MMA fighters of all time, and that's before we even factor in all of Poirier's charity work. His foundation, the Good Fight Foundation, started in April of 2018, and Poirier has raised money for numerous causes over the years, such as raising money for food banks, the Acadiana Outreach Center. And during COVID-19, his foundation donated 1,000 meals for the employees of several hospitals in Louisiana, specifically his native town of Lafayette. And on another occasion, money was raised for the family of a deceased Lafayette police officer. Furthermore, his foundation has worked with Justin Wren's charity, Fight for the Forgotten, which aids in providing drinking water to people in Uganda. For all his charity work, the UFC awarded Poirier the Forrest Griffin Community Award. And less than a year later, all his charitable contributions to his hometown of Lafayette earned Poirier a key to the city. Even if you rooted for every one of Poirier's opponents to win, you have to give credit where credit is due and acknowledge that Poirier is one hell of a human being. Congratulations, Dustin. Your work both inside and outside of the octagon has truly impressed me, which is no easy task. And dare I say, there aren't many people I respect more than you.